So, okay, before we went live, we were talking about like
sex tapes.
sex albums.
I mean mixtapes.
Yeah. What? Okay, everybody like their first time. I would think it would probably be a little normal. Be like, let's make this romantic. Let's put some music on. What was the song you put on?
Oh man, I don't even know.
I can still tell you mine.
That was like 1995, bro.
Mine was Pink Floyd.
No music.
Wish you were here.
Same, Jay. I was in the woods. There was no music.
I was in the woods. I was in a public bathroom. I don't know.
Oh, thank God Ash is here. Keep us from talking about like fucking thermodynamics and fucking hydrostatic electricity forms.
We got into some shit.
Yeah, sex tapes is so much better.
Yeah. You're on coding.
Mine was at a party, and I think Blink-182 was playing.
Oh.
All the small things?
Probably. Probably.
Oh.
What's your age again? What's your age again?
That's what she was asking me.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to clip this area in here because that is definitely
This is going to get bad, yeah.
What you drinking on, Rebel?
Wine.
Snoop Dogg wine.
Oh.
19
Sipping on old Snoop Dogg, huh?
Skeppy?
Yeah. I want to get into something different, but I know I like that, so.
This is
It is what it is.
Elijah Craig. It's 124 proof.
Ooh.
It's got a
That's
little.
why you got no ice in it.
Is that
It's
why you
got a
have no
little-
ice?
Well, yeah, I want to feel the burn. It's really good. Oh,
No,
we got
Jay.
a clip. Say it ain't so. I will not go.
And I'm like, carry me home.
Yeah, dude.
Keep your head still.
Yeah, I got some Buffalo Trace.
I'll be yours.
Ooh,
through.
Buffalo Trace is good. Yeah,
And then Isaac Bowman, the
Yeah.
port.
I haven't tried that. Buffalo Trace is good though. It's actually really good for. I don't know what I paid for that. I bought one. That's the last one I bought. It was like $40. It's fucking great.
Are you
deal.
crazy? 27.
You paid 27. Well, I have to pay all these stupid ass state taxes and bullshit up in Washington, so it's really stupid expensive to live here.
You don't have to when you buy it on base, though, right?
Yes, there's still some tax.
There's
You don't pay
still
like tax,
tax?
but it's less on base. If I was to buy it in the grocery store, it'd probably been like $80. Like
Crazy.
the scotch that I buy on base is 90, and off base it's 120.
What is it? The Lavulan?
Not Lagavulin, yeah.
Yeah, Lagavulin, that one.
Yep. Well, now the price has gone up a little bit, but I mean, I have to pay. I have my own fucking reusable grocery bags because otherwise they charge me 8 fucking cents a bag.
Yeah, see,
They
fuck
did that in
shit.
Japan. Japan
That's that
charges per
shit
bag.
like California.
Dude,
Tweets out, by the way.
it is commie
Oh, would
Washington. I love it here, but it makes it really hard to like it sometimes. That's cheap.
It's not Washington, it's Darlington.
It's Baja, Canada.
Baja, Canada.
Baja, Canada.
Yeah.
Oh man. Jesse Ventura, I call it Baja soda.
I would say Washington's probably the most conservative of all the left coast states.
Oregon's up there.
Half of Washington is a little more conservative. The side that I live on is definitely not on the wet side. I call it split from the mountains.
The wet side.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
I mean, the further you get away from Seattle and to Compton, you'd be all right.
to Compton, yes. Good place, dude. Listen, if you go to Tacoma, like if you're just going there, I'm just going there, I'm passing through, and I am strapped, dude. every fucking time. I mean, most of the time.
That sounds like 15 minutes down the fucking road from me.
Yeah.
Sounds like here for me.
Portland, same way. You're like, oh, Portland, everybody's lovely and friendly and nice. No. They'll rob you and kill you down there. And then they'll drag you in their little tent on the side of the road and eat you.
Because they're too far from the wet side.
Test their fentanyl on you, make sure they won't die.
It's not bad, dude, up here, really. I mean, Seattle is probably the epicenter of just dumb shit. But
you mentioned Canada,
nice,
and here comes Backfire.
What's that Backfire? He's not from Canada, though.
No, his family is. Remember? He's First Nation.
Every time I see Backfire, I think of Enya.
Look at this shit.
All right, what's this? Shreveport, stay strapped and get clapped. That's what
That's legit. They made some shit about it.
It's a lot of places.
So,
like that.
Louisiana, bro, in like New Orleans and those cities down there, like there's some really like beautiful places, and then right butted up next to it is it's kind of like going down to Seattle here, where it's like, oh, this is nice, this is really beautiful, you know, historical, lovely to look at, and then right next to it is like, fuck, I'm not going there. Just look ahead and just keep driving, like fucking just go.
Bro, when we first moved here, like, so we had an apartment or whatever, and you know, my dad was like trying to look at stuff and all that. Because yeah, this doesn't seem like a bad place, and we were what was it, like 9:00 at night? We're moving in or something, babe. It was late as fuck,
A long time ago.
and I'm sitting here and like we're going through this fucking neighborhood to get to this apartment, and I'm like, I'm gonna die tonight. And then we open up, and then it's like right after that, it's like right after that, boom, the apartment complex or whatever. And then there was like ambulances the first fucking night we were there. I was like,
yeah,
we gotta go.
I mean, my first neighborhood I lived in when I moved up here to Washington, like the day after I put up a fence in my backyard, a nice cedar picket fence, like 6-foot privacy fence, because I have a dog. So I built a fence. The next day there was tagging on the backside of it, dude. Gang tagging. I lived in, it was like a little 800 square foot house, my first house I ever bought, and it was built in 1910, but it had been remodeled, so it was almost 100 years old. But the neighborhood was definitely not. I mean, I lived right next to a railroad crossing, for fuck's sake, so I had to listen to that and feel that every time a train goes through a crossing. You know what they do, right? They blast the fucking horns.
That sounds like my parents' house.
And so it was a bunch of little houses. It was kind of like a little project, man. Really, nothing crazy. I mean, 2 houses burned down in the neighborhood. One of them was a tweaker house. It was right down the street. It burnt down. The other one was they were cooking meth down there, and the fire department burned it down because they can't demolish it and bury the fucking the
EPA.
Yeah, they couldn't bury it or take it to landfill because it was contaminated, so they have to burn it. So they control burn this house down to the ground, down to the foundation. And that was like, both houses were down the street, like literally 5 houses down. It was wild.
You didn't have to go far for a bonfire.
You know? Yeah. I had a neighbor who was like out cutting his grass with a giant ass lawnmower at like 10:30 p.m. What the fuck are you doing? What is this?
Oh no, that happens here now.
Yeah.
Tweakers,
it's so fucking
dude.
hot, bro.
Well,
it's not even tweakers.
Okay, I get that where you're at. It's hot as shit. I get that. But
So we bought our house in San Antonio, and I mean, we're talking like quarter of $1 million houses.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like shabby houses, right? And that living in that house is where I learned what sneakers hanging from a fucking phone line meant.
Yeah.
Because there was literally a pair of sneakers, and so we were on a corner lot. So our house is here, and there's a street here and a street here, and literally on this street, the one going across that street, there's a fucking pair of sneakers up there. And I was like, why can't we just take it down? And everybody was like, Ashley, you don't just take those down. That's not how that works.
So for
We're
people
like in
who
this
don't
HOA,
know,
nice ass neighborhood.
yeah, for people who don't know, sneakers. What's the sneakers?
It's gang related.
Yeah,
So
it's
luckily
like a tag
we never
of like your
saw any-
area, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
It's
their
like
area is, their street.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they were there till the day we sold it. I'm pretty sure they're still there.
I mean, that neighborhood wasn't very bad. Like where we were at, there really wasn't a lot of shit that went on. Especially like we were kind of close knit with our neighbors. The 5 houses that were right there were pretty all close knit.
Yeah.
Kind of like we are here now. Like I mean, shit. Yesterday, across the street neighbor texted me. He's like, "Hey man, I got some packages." He's like, "Can you go get them?" I was like, "We ain't got porch pirates." He goes, "I know," and I was like, "I'm going to get them." Like we're so far down on a dead end street or whatever. They do have like little petty break-ins at the front of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it's crime of opportunity if your doors are unlocked.
Yeah, don't be a dumbass, basically.
Except for the guy who stole the detective's gear. out
Oh
of his
yeah.
car.
Oh shit.
That was not a crime of opportunity.
So
It's a crime of passion.
One of the parish sheriffs. Yeah. Well, so my buddy that I used to work with, and this is when I was still on mids, and we literally worked opposite shifts. And he fucking calls me at like 4:00 in the morning, and he goes, "Are you awake?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "You're at this house number, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Come outside." I was like, "All right." And he goes, "Are your doors locked?" I'm like, "I mean, yeah." He's like, "Your car doors?" I was like, "I think so." He goes, "Oh, okay." I walk out the front door, and this motherfucker's pulling on my doors to make sure they're locked. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, there's a detective that works for his department right up the road, and apparently his government vehicle got broken into, and it's unmarked. It's got state tags on it and everything."
Yeah.
And apparently, in Shreveport, the idiots that broke into it got pulled over. And they found all that shit in the back and then woke him up. And that's when he realized that his shit was broken into. So he was coming to make sure that my shit, I was like, I ain't got that much riffraff down this, side. But they stole all of his fucking work gear, had his name on it and everything.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
How stupid can you be?
That'd be one, like, if I was a criminal, I'd be like, nope, fuck this, I'm out.
Right?
I wouldn't even
Wrong
touch
car.
it.
On to the next.
Fuck no, I'd be hightailing it out that neighborhood. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
Tuna, you got a fan on or something in the back?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, here, I'll turn it off.
I was just wondering, I don't hear it on Ash, but I hear it on him. It's like right at his mic or something.
It's closer to him than it is to me.
Oh,
it's the fan.
That's why.
It's the fan we have going out here in the garage.
It's hot in there.
Yeah, it's hot. And my
I'll
dad,
maybe just move it somewhere.
my dad sleeps out here now. Because we have a guest room area out here too, and so he uses the fan at night.
Oh, he's not sleeping right now, is he?
No.
Oh, okay. Is he listening in too?
No, I think he's watching TV in the living room.
Oh,
He keeps an eye on the puppies while we're in here, which is
that's cool.
fucking phenomenal. Like, it's been amazing having so much help.
How's he doing? Good. Sounds like he's doing pretty good.
So far, yeah.
Good.
Or is that better?
So you're
Settling
freaking out
in.
for nothing.
Yeah. Settling
You're
in.
freaking
and
out?
everything. Yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
man.
Wait.
you're talking about the dad. I thought I was talking about the dog. Sorry.
Oh no, the dogs so far they are good. As we had a little bit of a scare a couple of days ago, but we think it was because we gave them a treat again for the first time in a while, and I think it just kind of jacked with their stomachs a little bit. But aside from that, so far so good. So
Good.
yeah.
We're at the point now where they're never going to get anything besides the food that we fucking feed them.
Yeah.
Like their dog food. No treats, no nothing.
Yeah.
Anything that can be digested, fuck off.
It's just gonna
We
wait
get
till
like
they're
a-
older.
My dogs eat these. One of my dogs is on hydrolyzed food, so it's very. I mean, it smells kind of good, but it's a very limited ingredient diet.
Yeah.
Because she has like problems with her skin and stuff. Sadie, she like fucking gnaws on herself constantly. So She got little bald spots all over her where she fucking hides out. She'll hide because she knows she ain't supposed to do it. So she'll hide somewhere and be like, Sadie, what are you doing? She's like, nothing, Dad, nothing. She's got a whole wet spot on her. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So she'll literally lick herself to bleed.
Yeah.
And so we got her on this hydrolyzed food. It's a prescription food, but they make little treats too. They're like little squares, and they actually, both of my dogs eat them, so they like them. I don't know. But
yeah, these were supposed to be like good for puppies. Like it had stuff for their eyes, and like they were supposed. I check. I'm that weird dog mom that checks all the ingredients for.
Oh yeah.
Dog I check ingredients for everything, and these were like. You could understand what most of the ingredients were, and it wasn't full of a bunch of junk, and there's no rawhide and all the things. And it just seemed both times we've tried giving it to them twice, and the next day they have loose poop. So I'm like, nope, no more.
Yeah. They're maybe
That's
not
done.
used to it right now. Their stomachs are a little
get
sensitive.
out of that puppy stage.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll ever get out of it. Just with how
They
with
will.
all the issues that we've had, I think they're just immunocompromised at this point with all that shit.
I think we keep them healthy and parasite free for a few months and let them get a little older and their immune system build up. Then we can start, maybe
Introduce little things.
Yeah.
Well, they're not touching grass until a year old, so there's that.
Oh man, no touching grass.
No, we don't want them in the backyard.
You don't want to
Touching
pick
grass
up
is
those eggs
overrated.
again.
No.
Those Giardia eggs live in that grass and shit.
Oh yeah, that has to be where they got it from. I
Now, with as hot as it fucking is out here, I hope that shit's dead.
might have killed it.
Yeah.
And we eradicated the fly problem outside.
Oh yeah, we had flies so bad.
Like little grass flies, like little white flies,
No,
or like house
like
flies.
Flies.
House
flies,
yeah.
They
Fucking
were like
hate
you'd
house
walk
flies.
outside and they were just everywhere, and then they were getting in the house, and
Do y'all get
open-
those the biting flies too?
Yeah.
Ew.
they're
Yeah.
not as bad, but
No, but like the house flies or whatever, like you'd open the door just to let the dogs out or whatever, and 5 of them would fly in, and it's just, and the dogs are sitting at the door and they haul ass out. It's like 5 of them flying. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, and they live in the house for like 2-3 days. You're like mother,
Yeah.
until you can track them down.
Oh, when I actually be cooking, me and Piper would have fucking rags. Gotcha, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You need the bug assault.
Oh, the
Shoot 'em.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
They-
salt gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
they make these little tennis racket things too that take like D batteries. They fucking
little
oh yeah,
bug
they like
zappers.
to shoot 'em, the bug zapper.
Oh, bro,
They
Ashley
sell
got one
'em.
of those,
We had one of those.
and I've never seen her more hyper focused on anything in my entire life. For 3 hours straight, she was running around.
It was so much fun.
You can get them at like Harbor Freight. You guys had a Harbor Freight down there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell them at like Harbor Freight. I mean, Harbor Freight's great if you want to buy something that lasts like one time. Use it
Yeah.
once.
My grandfather
Last
loves that
one
place.
time.
Yeah, I need a
They-
sander.
yeah.
Well, how much you gonna sand? A few boards. All right, this one will work.
I knock on Harbor Freight a lot. Like, if it comes to like working on vehicles, I won't buy another tools for a vehicle. But like, there are certain things that are actually pretty good that they have. Like, I mean,
Their motorized stuff is pretty decent.
yeah. I mean, I got
For the
we got.
price.
I think we got a 2 set of fucking jack stands for like $15, and they're great. You know.
There's certain things like you said that are okay. You know. Now I don't know if I would
Hand
trust jack
tools.
stands from Harbor Freight, but man,
You know what's
I
crazy
don't
is
know if I
the
trust it.
steel on those are thicker than the ones that the Craftsman one that my dad's has. The OG Craftsman ones.
thicker doesn't mean better though, bro.
It's trust me. I trust those.
All right.
And
Yeah,
I
trust me, we've used them.
You can trust them.
AG's like, fuck that.
I'm not.
I almost had a truck fall on me changing the tire.
Well, what kind of
It
truck?
was just a Chevy, like a 90s model Chevy truck.
Mm.
I was jacked up the back end and I was changing the tire and it started rolling forward and just fell right off the jack.
Like a scissor jack or a bumper jack?
Scissor jack.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those things are fucking flimsy as shit, man.
I was curled up in the fender well as it fell.
See, our driveways here, they're all slanted. So I like, if I'm going to do any work, I got to pull the vehicles out and then angle them like half on the street, half in the driveway so I can
try to level it.
Yeah.
Get some blocks, drive up on some blocks and level it out.
Now, my redneck ass neighbor or whatever has his fucking little Sonoma jacked up on jack stands and it's been sitting there for 2 years. I don't know how the fuck that bitch ain't fell.
Because it has been sitting there and not doing anything, not moving.
But he's dropped the transmission out of it. Like, he's done all sorts of work on that thing. And I'm like, hey, bro.
Yeah, that's a little sketchy.
Like,
Always chalk the tires.
Yeah.
He's got them chalked, yeah.
I didn't do mine, obviously.
Yeah, that's why
I rolled forward and almost crushed me.
Man.
Yo, have y'all seen this drama shit on TikTok about the TimePieceGentlemen?
No. What is it?
I just got
the
all
watch
fucking,
guy.
Yeah, the watch guy.
Yeah.
What is
I
up with
didn't.
him?
All I saw was like the original video of them like lock the doors.
Yeah,
What
so
is it?
apparently this dude was running a fucking Ponzi scheme with like selling watches and shit. And finally came out and told the truth to everybody, and he was like $5 million in debt. But he came out and like,
Jesus.
yeah, but like he's, he got this lifestyle or whatever. So like he had two investors that like invested $3 million to him for all this watch stuff. And this dude he bought fucking Lambo, big ass fucking house, go partying in Vegas, like all kinds of shit, living way beyond his means, spending the investors and his clients' money and shit.
Instead of investing, he blew it on dumb shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody figured it the fuck out or whatever. And that's when that video surfaced or whatever. So, and he was selling watches and then would say that they were stolen.
Who said
to be able to get them back?
Oh,
He would sell the watch and then say that it was stolen.
so he would
to go
claim
get it
like
back.
insurance on it?
No, he would it would come back up somewhere because he can't do a fucking he can't file a police report on it
Yeah.
or whatever. It's not even his. And so it came back up and he flew out to somebody and that's where that video came up that no, hey dude, this is my fucking watch.
Can you find it?
Or whatever.
I'm genuinely curious about this. I've seen some weirdos with watches online, man. I saw.
Well, he did a whole like 7-part series, like admitting to everything, talking about fucking doing hookers and blow and all this other kind of crazy shit. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, but okay, respectable that you're coming out, but that $5 million whoopsie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if all it takes is somebody to press charges on him, and
Yeah,
I guarantee you somebody will.
Someone's going to, and he's gonna end up
going to jail.
Because you're looking at like he was dealing with $500,000-$600,000 watches.
Yeah, when you are in that much debt, people don't just turn their back and look away.
No, but I only got to part 2, but I was trying to watch like before, like that's what I was doing before I got on.
Yeah, if you can find it, that'd be dope.
I just saw it.
That's watches. I like watches, but I don't understand people that spend, $500,000 on a watch. Like, it doesn't make sense to me because there are very few brands of watches that actually hold or increase in their value. Very few, maybe like 2 brands, Rolex being one of them. There may be another type of brand, but I don't know what it is. But most watches do not fucking hold value. Basically, you're just throwing your money. It's like buying a fucking car, really. You're just kind of wasting your money on it.
Designer handbag. Same thing.
Some designer, yeah. So design article clown. So there are designer handbags that are heirloom type items, like a Coach bag, for example. It's gonna lose some value unless it's like 50 years old. I guess the point is 50 years old and somebody wants to collect it, then maybe. But like if you get into the Prada, those types of things, like it's a shorter turnaround time for it to retain or be resaleable, basically. So they're better than watches for sure.
That's something I would never blow up. I have like a $10 purse.
Hey, they do the same thing, right? You put your stuff in it, it holds it. They can look nice. Look, my most expensive watch is like $750. And I was really hesitant to even buy that, but I just loved it because it has the second hand on it is like a Rolex. It's smooth. It just keeps going around like there's no ticking to it, and I loved it. So I have that.
That's like a $99 Fossil watch.
You can't. Yeah, there's only a couple of watches that have a second hand that moves smoothly like that on Rolex and
This is the video that I saw.
Which video? All right, you got volume up?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Dawn, lock the door. Lock the door.
He's trying to fucking steal it.
To start this off, let's let you know who the players are. First of all, this is filmed at a high-end jewelry store in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is not a pawn shop. These people are extremely reputable. They have 700 to 800 reviews online. They're like 4.9 stars. This woman works there. This is Tyler. He's the sales guy that was helping me find the watch that I wanted. And this is Anthony.
The crime piece gentleman, scumbag, fucking thief, piece of shit.
I would agree with those words. And this is me. At the time, I think I'm helping a legitimate watch dealer track down a stolen watch. But let's get into the story. So just to show you guys, I went into that store probably the first or second week in May, and I asked for a particular watch. They didn't have the watch in stock, and he said, Bob, we do get those in. When I get one in, I'll send you a text. On May 25th, this guy sends me a text saying, I have one of the watches that you were interested in. Do you want to come down and take a look? So he sends me a picture of the watch. I ask if that's for sale now. He tells me yes. He gives me a price. And we agree to meet the next morning at 9:30 in the morning for me to go down and take a look. I get that text from Tyler, and I immediately send this text over to Anthony from the TimePieceGentlemen.
Crime piece gentleman, scumbag.
That guy's mad.
Scumbag.
Fucking thief.
He's not happy.
Anthony says papers, and then Anthony sends me this. And guys, this is where it fucking gets interesting. So Anthony, now pause this story back in May. Today is August 13th or whatever. He has robbed me and several other people of a combined $5 million and 44 watches. Granted, this is May when I think he's still legit. I send him that picture, and he sends me this. This is a post that he made on March 17th, saying that this watch was stolen when he was drunk in Phoenix at a bar. He says there's a $100,000 reward. You guys asked if I got that. I did not. And so he was posting this, trying to find his stolen watch. So again, I think I'm finding a legitimate deal at the time, find a stolen watch. Now check this out. There's 3 scratches right here on this picture that Anthony sends me of it being missing. Here's the first picture that was sent to me by Tyler, 3 scratches. This is the exact same watch in my mind, right? Now this is a very reputable store. They may have made a bad buying decision. You guys be the judge. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. So after Anthony...
Drunken fucking con man, thief, piece of shit.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He's like petting the dogs.
That's your doppelganger, AG.
It is.
Love that guy.
Pictures with the scratches being the same. He's so angry that he's hopping on a plane that night to come to Phoenix so he can go to the store the next morning and find his watch. We walk into the store the next day. I try the RM on. I hand it over to him. He's checking it out. It's kind of crazy. By the way, remember this watch. That's a Patek Nautilus on a white rubber strap. Keep that in mind.
Felipe Patek.
But this guy loses a $225,000 watch and never files a police report.
He doesn't file the police report because the watch is stolen. It's not his fucking watch to file a police report. Like every other fucking watch he has. They're all stolen. He's a thief. He's a con man. He's a drunken fucking con man.
That's a true story.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
This guy was running a humongous Ponzi scheme. It literally, like, since I posted my videos about a week and a half ago, I've had tons of victims reach out. trying to put these pieces together has been like a psychological jigsaw puzzle. It is absolutely insane what he has done to me and a bunch of the other victims. There's 2 watches that I gave him to consign in early July. That's him wearing one at the beach, which is freaking ridiculous. And then I had a guy send me this picture of my watch for sale in a WhatsApp watch group. My exact same watch. You can see it's actually on Anthony's wrist. And Anthony used these watches to pay back a debt to a guy in Florida who in turn sold my watches. So here's his post.
What?
Yeah, that's the video that I saw, and that's when I got down this fucking rabbit hole.
Oh, that's like a whole rabbit hole of investigating.
Well,
That's wild, man.
I don't know if you noticed the one comment on there or whatever. It literally says, I want the guy on the couch petting the dog to tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, article, if you buy a watch that's super expensive and invest in yourself for way more, buy a Rolex if you're ever going to.
Yeah.
Don't.
And never wear it.
Fuck with it. Yeah, never put it on.
I have a video that we have to react to.
Oh yeah, as soon as you put it on, the value is low. It's just like a car, man. As soon as you drive that car, its fucking resale value is lower. Unless it's a collector's item. That's different.
What are we?
What are you putting it on or?
Yeah.
Rednecks who slap each other. Slap Mountain. Okay.
Just over the next hill.
Ash is like,
This
what the
fucking-
fuck
this
have I
is
gotten
fucking
myself
gold.
into?
This is gold. I'm telling you, it's gold.
Dude. She's like, you fucking pop my ear, bitch.
They taped it like it's an actual TV show on like Discovery Channel or some shit.
And bring a lawn chair. There's lots to see.
Bring a lunch.
Including the most bizarre slap fighting league around. And let me tell you, these boys know how to put on a show.
Bro, he just slapped his eyeball.
Wow.
We're headed out.
Where is this?
I fuck if I know.
It's got to be like
Somewhere in the
Virginia.
Ozarks. Either Ozarks or Appalachian Mountains.
Today we're taking a look at some true American athletes. Gods in the
True
Colosseum
American
of
athlete.
fighting.
Oh my
So let's
god.
meet the first contestants.
Mr. Crystal.
This is a guy commentating. He's reacting to it as well.
Hardcore hillbilly in the slap fight competition.
Can you turn the volume up a little bit, or is it?
Turn, West Virginia. What do you got to say about this match?
West Virginia.
Jesus, dude. See, I was fucking close.
West Virginia.
Taste out of his mouth. And when I'm done, I'm gonna be the first ever IWD Deep South slap fight.
Bro's got Granny's 20-year-old wash rag on his head.
I'm slapping the piss out of you too. And that, my friend, is crystal clear.
Please notice the man taking a shit in the background.
Wrong turn, West Virginia.
Wrong turn, West Virginia. Wrong turn, West Virginia.
Oh, this guy's haircut's got me going, dude. Ooh, that's hot.
Man, he talks a lot of tough man. You know, I'm not just gonna slap the out of him. I'm gonna blow his head off his shoulders. I will blow that face off your head. You keep talking. And why the are we acting like Red Solo got a chance in this bullshit?
That guy is taking his shit back there, dude.
But I'll tell you what, I ain't
He slowly ducks down.
sure as hell ain't worried about Red Solo Cup.
I'm just trying to watch it in the background now.
I'm taking that belt back to Wrong Turn with me where it belongs.
Well, now we know the contestants. Please place your bets as to who you think is going to slap the other one unconscious first.
Oh
All
my
right, the
god.
official with the coin toss.
It's the
And
penny.
it goes to Mr. Crystal. I have to apologize.
He's got a dicky do. His belly hangs lower than his dicky do.
He hasn't seen that since the last mirror he walked by.
All right,
No.
Mr. Crystal's going to slap first. He scoots up to the table here, or at least as close as he can get.
Or at least as close as you can get.
Oh, what? Pause that. Pause it real quick. Pause it real quick. I just
Was
like to
that
point
like a
out.
practice?
Yeah. It was pussy ass slap, dude. I would like to point out when you fucking can't see your dick by looking down anymore, it's time to start doing something, all right? Working it. All right, go ahead, bro.
It actually was in the strike zone.
Oh, now he wants to shake hands.
And then suddenly Mr. Crystal wants to shake hands.
Bro, don't be a bitch.
Hillbilly says no way.
Fucking knock him out.
Hillbilly hauls off. And a
that was weak as fuck too.
Hillbilly. He actually just kind of catches the tip of the nose, knocks a booger out there, and then there's just a moment of sadness there.
Not off to the best start, but let's see the rest of the fight.
All right, Mr. Crystal.
I want to point out this amazing Undertaker shirt.
Dude,
we didn't even follow through.
That guy's hairdo is fucking killing me right
He's
now.
got just a little bit more power here, and he's hitting right in the strike zone. That's a good sign. Here we go. Hardcore Hillbilly. Okay, Hardcore Hillbilly with a nice
Those guys aren't getting very good
round 3.
fucking connection right there. You know?
That was not a great slap.
And you can see the intensity on his face.
Come on. What I thought.
Now he's talking shit to the
Crystal
fans.
having some words here with his wife. Okay, and another swing and a miss from the Hillbilly. Here we are with the
Ash,
and then we got to see what an Undertaker shirt on.
and another good slap from Mr. Crystal.
Ash is like, what the fuck is that?
I'm trying to count
The
how many
real gold is when they like
times
cut away from the
I started
fights.
watching this.
Okay, the Hillbilly finds
That was
his mark.
better.
Oh no.
Oh.
We've got a knockout, folks. Fantastic.
He looks like a
Okay, I'm told there's a
beaver.
disturbance in the parking lot. I guess after they were ejected from the event, this
Did
guy
you
and his
see
wife
his
are having some sort
face?
of car issues. There's some sort of a
He's
meltdown.
like,
We have a video, so let's
He
roll
looks
that
like
video.
a
He
beaver in
does.
a flannel shirt.
Oh, now we're homies.
Leave me alone or I'll kill you, whore.
Dude
That
has a
dude's on that
fucking
good meth.
feather and fucking little tribal on his arm, dude.
That's a huge bitch.
Well, I feel like I learned something important from
Who did that?
The little cutoffs in between the fights is where the gold is.
fight, but I'm not too sure what it was.
The next one's.
Well, before we take a look at the next fight, just to let you know, I've set up a Twitter account where I'm going to be posting
Wayne's place.
2 athletes.
This is cream pie, Oakland here.
Cream pie.
Oh my god.
Look at them teeth.
Here with local ladies, man. Big poppin'.
Local ladies, man.
Ladies, man, and slapper, huh?
Red Solo Cup. I hear he's been talking a bunch of.
And he's fighting Red Solo Cup.
Wait, that's the dude's name?
Yeah.
What do you got to say about it?
Just wait until you see Red Solo Cup.
Oh, okay. Let me take my teeth out first.
I wouldn't say I slap him stupid, but he already is. Big Wayne's
What, Rebel? What kind of shit do you watch on YouTube,
He
man?
looks like your neighborhood banker, like just the guy down the street.
Big James. Who is Big James? I don't even know. Who
Wait,
he is.
this guy's gonna slap fight with the other guy?
He's calling
Yeah.
him out.
That guy's gonna get knocked the fuck out, dude. Look at him.
Well, let me tell you what, James. I heard the way you slap, how you slap. You slap like a sissy. I got a 9-year-old over here that can slap harder and better than you. All I got to say
COVID hit
is,
Superman
just read
hard.
this sign right here, because when I get through with you,
We're making
you
signs
know
now.
that
This guy's name is Red Solo Cup.
has been here
Yep.
because you're going home and your family is not going to recognize you when I'm through with you.
Nice to see that Red
Come on,
Solo
man.
Cup has done some arts and crafts for the event. Well, place your bets now.
Look at this.
Is it a dime? What's that? A nickel? It's a nickel.
Go ahead and start right away.
Dude. Oh,
this is gonna be bad.
Big ham hock across the side of the face.
he didn't
by Big
even
James
fucking
Mayhem.
slap him, dude.
And look
Come
at the
on.
rage in the face
He could
of
barely
Red Solo
reach him.
Cup. He's going to return fire.
He's got to jump. Oh, he's like, oh,
And
bitch.
now the stare down.
I said, bitch. You're getting
This
put
dude's
down.
gone.
Now that was a
he's going
fantastic.
night-night.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
sure
The
did. That
tooth
was a
fell out.
fantastic slap.
Hold on.
He's
hold
still
on.
staggering. I don't know if that's the alcohol or the slap.
His earplug came out.
Big James
It's
rocking
cotton
the
balls.
Superman tank top.
Fuck. Oh my god. Come on, man. You could. Come on, dude.
I mean, that dude's standing there taking it though.
He
I
is,
have to
but
get-
listen, if that big guy, if that's
Look at
all
the
that big
behind of
guy
the ear.
has,
Okay,
like,
we're
come
gonna have our
on.
medical team take a look here at Red Solo Cup, and it looks like instantly he's clear.
Yeah,
Okay.
the medical team is some two dudes watching it and the announcer.
The medical team. These guys are qualified for sure.
The guy in the Undertaker shirt said, "I'm good. I'm
We've
gonna
got a
keep
video
going."
of Patty, our
Honestly,
missing
like,
judge's wife.
if
She
I
can
was
explain
at a
exactly
party
why
or
he's not
some
here.
backyard drinking or whatever, and this shit started coming on, this would be entertaining as fuck to watch.
Listen.
I would watch it.
bitch.
I would watch it, dude. I couldn't turn away. What the fuck is she saying?
She's
She ain't got no
describing-
fucking teeth. There ain't no
She's
Oh, yeah.
describing why one of the judges wasn't there. He ended up getting arrested.
Oh my god.
Listen.
It's all your fault. I said, I know.
Jesus. Smoke him another cigarette.
Can't drink it in there.
What's she eating? Fuck Chex Mix?
I was just actually out of mental health court, like drug court. And they gave me his knives and whiskey. And I said,
They gave me his knives and whiskey, and I was like, "I'm not coming back."
What in the fuck?
They were like, she was like, they were taking him away, and they was like, "Wait, can I have his whiskey?"
Let me get his butterfly knife.
Here we are in the 10th round. Red Solo Cup is pissed.
Kevin, I hear it ringing.
It don't matter about the ring. It matters.
It hit my ear.
His fucking hand is the size of your fucking face, you dumb shit.
Talking about Big James, Jeff. One
These
more
guys have fucking slapped each other how many times now?
Yes, it does if you hit somebody in the ear, Kevin.
Now, Jeff, Kevin just told us
God damn it, Kevin.
disqualified.
Here comes James Fleming. Red Solo coming in here. James, get ready for that Red Solo Cup. Ah, slap.
Now, that was a fantastic slap. Okay. Is Red Solo Cup, is he going to surrender here?
Don't be a
or
bitch.
is,
Don't quit.
He's
Come on
saying he
now.
got hit in the ear again. What are the judges going to say?
Stop being a pussy.
The winner, Red
What?
Solo Cup. By disqualification.
Okay, they
This is rigged.
disqualified Big James Mayhem for having
Red Solo
5
Cup
penalties.
bitched so much. How does he
Thanks for
lose?
watching. If you like,
Please fucking turn this off.
Listen, if you want to lose brain cells, definitely go.
I'm sorry, but that was hilarious. The woman talking about her husband or her boyfriend, whatever it is, going to jail was. We had to watch that for that.
No, we didn't.
Oh
Skip
man,
that part.
We did not.
Your IQ doesn't know how to scream for help. It's so dumb now after watching it.
Yeah, facts.
it's Article, man. His IQ has been a dehydrated little like worm.
Article
on the
is secretly a genius.
A genius, yeah. Watch.
You guys don't even know.
Brain cell.
I'm gonna look that soundboard up right now, and that's gonna be fucking Rebel's new one.
Oh my gosh. We all know Article is actually, on a serious note, probably really fucking smart, and everyone just like picks on him.
Yeah, it's the tarp.
The tarp?
Yeah, it's easy subject.
I mean, he makes it fun. He a bitch.
Yeah, my ears ringing, Kevin.
Bro, come on, man.
Your ears ringing, Kevin.
You can see in every one of those, his palm of his hand was hitting his cheek. It was his fingers that was in your ear. Suck it up. Slap him harder.
I mean, It was literally a dwarf against a Sasquatch. I don't know what else they
It was. It was. It was like me as a 13-year-old slap fighting my dad.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It was a child against the behemoth, like Andre the Giant versus the
Rey Mysterio,
the dude from the Princess Bride that talks too much. You guys ever seen the Princess Bride?
Yeah,
it's inconceivable.
What's his? Yeah, that guy. He's
I
in
love
everything.
that movie. I love that movie. That's one of my most favorite movies ever.
I've never seen it.
Dude, it's so good, man.
Probably can't get Tuna to watch it with me, so.
Oh,
What?
The Princess Bride?
Princess Bride.
I've seen it.
Literally, when I tell Alexa in my house to do something, its reply is "as you wish." It's fucking phenomenal.
Wallace Shawn Benzini is his name.
Which guy?
What?
Wallace Shawn Benzini.
The guy that tries to play like a cup of wine game and ends up poisoning himself or some shit. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, that guy.
Oh, yeah.
That guy. Inconceivable.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a good movie. You need to watch it. Tuna, I put it on your list of homework. Watch the movie with Ash.
Okay.
Best movie though with
So
a wrestler
good.
in it is this one right here. Best movie with a wrestler. They Live.
Does that have the what wrestler? Roddy Piper, yeah.
Roddy Piper.
Some wrestlers have
They
done
Live.
a pretty good job of converting over into movies.
I was gonna say Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
Ready to Rumble. Come on. That's like oh man.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's a good movie, but it's not the best wrestling movie with a wrestler as an actor.
I think
They Live it.
some of those wrestlers have done a pretty good job of converting over to like movie film actors. John Cena.
John Cena.
It's hilarious, dude.
That, like you have to give him credit. That I did not think he had that much comedic chops.
I mean, he's
like the dude is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's in wrestling, so that's all acting anyways.
Yeah.
I literally just saw a clip of him today, like on TikTok or something. And I knew he was funny, but I didn't realize he was funny in that way. But you'd have to find it now. But there was like a TikTok of a press conference he was doing.
Final brain cell.
And
It's the final brain cell.
Okay.
That's how many I have left after watching that YouTube video.
That slap fight video, yeah.
Yeah. But no, they were at a press
Skev
conference.
got the humor. That's all that matters.
And I think it was his girlfriend or his wife, or I don't know, because I don't know how old the video was. But one of the kids in the audience asked him what his favorite food was. And he sat there for a second and he said something about if she could stand up, I would show you. And,
oh my god.
And he was like, you'll get it in 15 years, I promise.
Have you
He's
seen
actually funny.
Seen Peacemaker?
Huh?
Have you seen the show Peacemaker?
That's the comic book hero, right? Peacemaker.
Yes. He is so fucking hilarious in that show.
I don't think I've watched the show, but he played that character in
Suicide Squads.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Part 2.
That's right. Which is still pretty funny. His character was funny. There's a few.
I don't hate him as an actor. I don't.
No, there's a few that he's got some rom-com movies too that are actually pretty funny. I don't know what they are though. I'd have to look.
They didn't start taking wrestlers serious as actors though until besides Roddy Piper and They Live. But even then, that one was a flop when it first came out. It just became a cult classic. It was Rock. The Rock was the first actor that they started taking serious as a wrestler, as a actor.
And I heard something the other day that he's like now the highest paid actor.
Yeah.
The
He's good too. I mean, he's definitely good.
The Rock is the highest paid.
He plays the same. He's like the one guy that plays the same character in every fucking movie.
It is.
He's a good guy.
He's a good comic duo. Like him and Jack Black are really good together. Him and Kevin Hart, really, like he's a good guy to play off of. I don't think he's like the funny guy out of the two, but he's really good for them to work with.
What's the dude's name? He's like a serious actor. He's the guy that says, "I've developed a set of skills over the years."
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, yeah.
That dude plays the same guy in every fucking movie.
Oh yeah,
man.
it's the exact same.
I feel the same with Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
Oh no, Yellowstone changed that a little bit for him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There are a few movies, movies he's done that are definitely similar, but I think, like, look at what's Dances with Wolves and like Waterworld.
Yeah, same story.
You think it's
different
the same
setting,
story?
same story. Yeah, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen either one of those.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They're both very good movies.
It's a lonely man that meets somebody and gets reintroduced to the world.
Well,
basically.
that's the story, but not necessarily
It's
his
the same
acting.
story.
His acting isn't quite the same.
Same thing with the Postman. Postman, Waterworld, same story.
I would say Postman and Dances with Wolves, but Dances with Wolves is a classic movie. Shimani Tutanka.
So is Postman.
Oh, gee. So how I learned how to speak Sioux, man. Coda could vouch there. Shimani Tutanka Obachi.
All I know is Tonka's Buffalo.
Yeah. It's a great movie. It really is.
It is. I personally like Waterworld better.
Waterworld's pretty cool. I like Waterworld.
And Postman. Waterworld and Postman are probably my two favorite Kevin Costner movies.
The Postman I haven't seen in a really long time, but was that the one where they were just starting out the U.S. Postal Service? And he's like,
No, the world ended and he just found a mailbag and started delivering.
Oh yeah, because that
letters
makes
and
fucking sense.
started the postal service back of the Pony Express again, basically.
Yeah, because when the world ends, I'm gonna deliver the fucking mail.
Yeah, you got to find some purpose in life.
I guess
survival's not it.
Yeah,
We'll still be building log cabins all over the fucking place.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be like doing Sons of the Forest live.
Facts.
Killing zombies and building fucking log cabins and collecting shit.
Yeah,
Tuna's gonna go to make a
now.
wall. Tuna's gonna be making a wall. I'm supposed to only hit it with the axe once, and it makes a point.
Yeah.
I hit it 7 times and it's still not working. What is going on, Ash?
I see. I'm gonna be the motherfucker running around with a gun. So
yeah, I'm gonna have a gun too. Fucking axe. Axe has its purpose.
I use it to put down spikes.
Yeah,
Ashley will put down all the booby traps. And
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build the shelter and all the booby traps and all the defensive walls, and then I'm just gonna stay inside while you guys go hunt.
Who's gonna be your Kevin?
Who's gonna be
Mystic.
the vagina monster?
Mystic's Kevin.
Mystic is Kevin.
Mystic's gonna be Kevin. He's gonna be one with a TBI. That dude's got just so many injuries, like legit, like it would relate to him.
A TBI is a traumatic brain injury for those that don't know.
Oh,
Which
That
we
would
shouldn't
be
be
more
laughing
relatable.
about, but we are.
We're laughing because that Kevin in the game has a TBI from the play.
And he's freaking eardrums are all blowed out.
he made me so mad the other day. I cut down like 10 trees for him so that he would not cut down any more trees and just go pick up the wood and fill up the fucking sleds. And what is the first thing he does? He goes and starts cutting down a fucking tree. I'm like, there's like 50 fucking logs in front of you, dude. Just pick one up.
He gets stuck in like behind the walls sometimes.
Yeah. I'm not a very smart
Mystic.
man.
Maybe those logs weren't good enough.
Maybe he wanted his own log.
Like, I cut 10 trees down for you, dude.
Yeah, don't
Just
waste
pick those
trees.
Well, and then I was,
Good enough.
and then I told him to go get logs or whatever, and we were yeeting some down on Ashley, and he would go pick them up as I would throw them down, so she didn't have fucking logs.
He was picking them up from where we were trying to throw them and moving them away. I was
Yeah, a little bit.
I was like, I swear I put more logs down here. And he's like, yeah, because Kevin's picking them up as soon as you put them down there.
He was doing that the other day to us.
Yeah. They got a little bit to work on with that game.
That's funny.
What's your like vice, secret vice? What is the one thing that you have to have all the time? Mine, I'll go first. Mine is fucking tobacco.
Yeah, mine is.
It's about nicotine.
Nicotine.
Yeah.
I don't.
Delta 8 and nicotine.
What is Delta 8?
It is
CBD.
It's CBD and THC, but it's like a different compound. It's Delta 8 THC.
Does it get
It's
you
a
like
different
high or something?
A little bit.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know what that stuff is, man. I'm out of loop.
So Delta 9 is actual like pure cut THC. They have Delta 10 and Delta 8 or whatever. It's just a different cut and processing of the THC that makes it into that Delta 10 and the Delta 8. And that's actually why most states can sell that shit, because it's a farmer's loophole.
I thought it was synthetic.
People get popped on piss tests for that shit in the military. They have different categories of THC now that they test for.
Yep.
For
so
those.
it is synthetic, Meg, because it's not pure.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna
It's still
say.
synthetic either way, but it's still a process that is derived from the marijuana.
It's not like the spice shit where they like, oh, we're gonna make it like weed, but it's not weed at all. It's
bath
chemicals.
salts.
It's just extracted differently.
So it is from the plant. It's just different in that regard.
Yep.
And I know that people can still pop for that because somebody recently just did that.
Yep.
CBD, because they have to stay below a certain milligram of THC within that CBD. You can't you're not supposed to be able to get busted by. It does slip by sometimes. Yeah, but
if you use it enough, it'll stack up.
will pop you.
That's why I think then the military, they tell us like you can't even touch CBD.
Because they're afraid it'll because if you pop positive and you're like, oh, I use CBD shampoo, they're gonna blame it on that.
Yeah.
Which in reality shouldn't be possible.
I had a guy, his spouse was a cancer survivor, and she was using different products, lotions and things like that, and just from him touching her, it absorbed into his skin, and he ended up popping positive on a test from it.
He had to have been rubbing it on her, because he had to have been rubbing it on her.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I don't know the exact details of that, but I know that it causes a positive test. But
and the products that she had to have been more than
they contain THC and CBD, THC, things like that. Yeah. But stuff that has helped her with her recovery and from cancer. So.
I, with CBD or whatever, like it's like poppy seeds, you know, like in a mass amount. Yes, it can have that effect in a urine test.
A certain poppy.
Except it's different. So poppy seeds actually do contain the what you would pop positive for. So like
opioid.
So the CBD has THC. It's just got below 0.3 milligrams.
I was gonna say it should be so extracted from it that which is different from poppy seeds. They don't extract it from poppy seeds. They just don't contain very much of it.
Yeah, they had this whole thing come out saying like, don't eat your favorite poppy seed muffin from the snack bar because it may contain certain poppy seeds that are high in an opioid content or something that may make you pop positive.
It's the same plant, isn't it? It's the poppy plant creates opium and the poppy seeds.
Yeah.
It's still derived from the same plant. It's just you're eating the seeds, which don't have that much of the chemical in it.
I don't know. I don't know for sure. Is it?
What were you saying, AJ?
Tiny seeds.
It would take a lot of that.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
I don't even think it's possible to eat enough to really.
Well, yeah,
And
that's
see,
what
it should be
we.
the same thing with the CBD.
That's what we thought for the longest time. It's like you'd have to eat like fucking a boatload of poppy seeds in order to pop positive for opium. But there's some strainer, I guess, that was out in like consumer products that was causing positives in drug tests.
Huh.
So
They
you
need
didn't
to
have to eat
change-
a lot of them at that for that type, I guess.
Interesting.
They need to change the way that they do drug tests for marijuana because, it stays in your system so long. And there is places in America that you can go and legally smoke it. So if you come back, 3 weeks later, they drug test you and you test positive. But, I was on vacation for a week and I smoked in Washington. It's legal there.
It's not federally legal. That's the issue.
Yeah.
The thing is they test for it. They should be able to test if you're on it right now. Like the reason they test it now, the way they do is because it's illegal. If you had any in you, you broke the law. Well, now you're not necessarily breaking the law.
So they test level nano. What is it? Nanoliter or so many parts per nanoliter or something like that. And there's cutoff levels that are established for that kind of thing. So there are some products that can trigger like a false positive, but they're so low on that scale of driving that chemical in your body up that it wouldn't make you pop on a piss test. But if you're actually actively like using it, then it would. I guess if that makes sense. They've derived some sort of cutoff level. They determined that if you're not actively using it, it could be from something else that you've eaten or taken or whatever.
To be able to weed out those people that are like, oh, I just ate this or I used that. Yeah.
Yep.
Most of the ones that I've seen are far above the line. They're way far above the line, which is it's like 15 nanoliter. I don't know what the fucking measurement is.
Well, and the way that the military processes it though too or whatever is if somebody pops hot or whatever, they actually send it off to a lab to do even more testing.
Yeah, they test it again. Yep. And that doesn't
same sample and stuff too.
Yeah, and that doesn't necessarily mean that person has abused it or used it illegally or anything like that, because they can often go back into a medical record and find some things that may cause a false positive.
Yep.
So once they do
that's the first thing they do in the military is check your medical. First thing they do.
Every time I do your analysis, I put see medical record on that bitch. Because, I don't know what I'm fucking taking at the time. Whatever the doc prescribed me or whatever, muscle relaxer or a painkiller or something like that may cause a false positive. And as long as you put see medical record on there, I mean, they obviously automatically will check
They
first.
check it anyway.
Yeah. But that's just you telling them, hey, check your medical record because, there could be something in there that you're taking that could cause it.
See, on ours, they don't even ask us if we're taking anything. We just sign a fucking paper and go give a sample.
You don't have a thing where it says remarks?
Nope.
You just sign, hey, here's your
nope.
Here's your number, here's your name, or DOD ID number and your name, and then you sign it. And your witness, your wiener watcher signs it. That's what you have to call them.
But that's the thing. Like, if you pop hot or whatever, like Air Force or whatever, automatically it goes straight to the medical records, and that's either negate it or gonna get turned over to the investigation side.
Yeah, it's the same for the Navy too. It's automatic medical.
Yeah.
Medical facilities contacted, they make sure nothing in there could cause a false positive. And the doc has to say, yep, this could cause it. And then a letter goes out to multiple places. And
no, they just call us and say,
and I hate it.
They call us. What's funny is when I ran that program, I never got drug tested.
Well, you have
in the 2.5 years.
So the way that it's supposed to work is you're supposed to be tested by an outside entity. And it's usually the base or your upper echelon. Your name goes into their system. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, well, see, ours is a whole. Ours is ran every base, and it's ran by the freaking base commander or whatever.
Oh, so it's not like by the unit?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Ours is unit level.
Mm-mm. No, ours is. Now we can do, like, the commander can go say, "Hey, fucking Commander Rec."
Yes.
Go do a fucking test and all that. But no, ours is ran by the the medical treatment facility.
What do you guys think about people having to do drug tests for jobs and stuff like that?
I am a huge advocate for what you do in your own is your own time.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I separated from the military, not that I do drugs, I waited until I was 35 to even try to get high and was unsuccessful. So
it takes a couple times, I've heard.
Except for when she flies, she flies high every time.
That's prescription medication, okay?
That's still high.
Well, you being a ginger, you have a high level, right?
I have a very high tolerance.
Tolerance.
Very high tolerance. I can take probably double what the majority of people can take and still like function.
Bro, when she first ruptured her fucking her disc bulged. Yeah, whenever she bulged her disc, they put her on fucking prescription morphine pills.
Bro.
And we went out on the lake with some fucking friends. She was on 2 fucking morphine swimming in a lake.
Yeah.
Nobody would have ever known that I had taken anything.
I've been dead.
Kick Bud, how are you?
Man, when I was going... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it. I don't do any of that stuff now. I mean, I have a drink or two in the evening is probably my biggest thing, and but I don't agree with people controlling what you do outside of work as long as you're fulfilling your responsibilities.
Yeah,
I think that
what you do in your
own time is your business.
Here's the comparison I look at, right? Or whatever, alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You can be 21 or whatever, you can drink. Now, pretty much every place I've ever been to, except for maybe, except for maybe a bar, you can't drink at work. No. What's the difference?
Don't show up to work lit.
Exactly.
You've been drinking, baby?
Well, the problem...
I was reading the fucking thing and I was processing too many things at one time.
But that's the thing, and empty to yours or whatever, you're talking about public servant or whatever, we have internal or whatever, and most police departments have it. You can not drink 8 hours prior to going to work.
Yeah.
So there are cutoff limits and stuff.
That's usually like we set that kind of policy too. Like even like when I was out in Masawa, our policy was like 12 hours. Like stop consuming alcohol 12 hours before you come to work. Because I mean, you're going to be on a 12-hour shift, but when you're in a type of job that is extremely dangerous, and if you make a mistake because you're not like fully functioning 100% mind wise, like if you drink alcohol, your mind is altered. You're compromised. Exactly.
You're compromised. Yeah.
You can't perform 100%, even though you think you can. You cannot. That's like people who say, I drive better when I'm drunk. Like, no, you fucking don't.
No.
I drive better when I'm high. No, you don't. I promise you don't. You think you did.
I probably didn't drive better when I was high, but that's all I did.
You thought you did, but like you don't. But that's the thing. Like you set it off 12. Yeah. But then with drugs, right? With certain kinds of drugs, and I hate to call all of them that, but alcohol's a drug, I guess. You consider that.
I mean,
but like
caffeine's a drug.
Yeah.
Anything
that alters your state of mind.
Yes. Anything that could alter your state of mind. They can't tell how long ago you had done it. Yeah, caffeine is a drug as well. Exactly. And people use that shit all day long. And it alters your brain. But that one's okay.
I look at, like drugs or whatever, when you talk about this topic, I look at like, you know, the Delta 8s, the Delta 10s or whatever, you know, the marijuana, that type of stuff or whatever. I relate more to alcohol. When you start talking about like meth, cocaine, you're getting out of a whole different fucking level, you know, of drug that the highly addictive nature of those, like somebody's gonna be shooting up at work.
I mean, caffeine is very addictive.
I was gonna say I would kind of disagree with how them being in a different category with like when compared to like the deltas or the marijuana or the alcohol. I think they all have the same like capability of addiction. I mean, I think it's just your choice.
Yeah, but
what is the
it's
effect?
it's the more the effect, like cocaine, meth, heroin, those are dangerous drugs. Not only that,
I'm
you
not
can die from
the
them.
danger of I'm not disputing that. I'm saying, but they are all just as addictive as the other. I think. I mean, you're capable.
I don't know. I think cocaine, meth, a lot more addicting than weed is. I mean, I was addicted to marijuana.
I think it depends on you and your biology too, though.
Yeah.
Not everyone has an addictive personality or an addictive biology. Some people can do fucking heroin and stop doing heroin and be fine. Some people do heroin and then can never get off of it and they die.
Yeah.
When they say that marijuana is not addicting, they mean it's not physically addicting. That means you don't go through withdrawals with getting off of it. It is still addicting.
Mentally.
Just like caffeine or nicotine or anything else is addicting. Fucking biting your nails is an addiction. Yeah. You know,
don't make fun of me.
I used to chew my nails off when I was younger. And every once in a while, when my anxiety is really high, I'll find myself like biting a nail off. I'm like, fuck, I just bit a nail off.
Yeah,
I've seen how dirty my nails get, so I stopped biting mine a long time ago.
I used to do it a lot when I was younger, but I don't anymore.
I'm one of those people that can put things down.
Yeah.
I don't.
Same.
Like I enjoy having a drink or two at night, but if I said, you know what, I'm not going to have a drink for a week, I can do that.
Yep.
If, you know, like when I smoked, I was never addicted to the nicotine. In fact, whenever I switched to smoking and did vape, I vaped juice without the nicotine because I had no need for it. For me, it was just, I enjoyed the act of
putting something in her mouth
and blowing the smoke out of my mouth, you know.
Oral fixation.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
I told her that whenever she got the fucking vape.
I mean,
I just wanted some oral fixation.
It's the act of doing it.
It really is.
It's inhaling the feeling of inhaling something and just, you know, you like
100%.
that, you know.
I could have always, I did. I stopped smoking for years. I smoked for about 2 weeks after my mom died, just out of stress. And then I put it back down and I haven't touched another one since. I just don't have. But, you know, do I enjoy those things when I do them? Sure. But a vape, I did attempt to vape for a little bit just because I was used to enjoying it in social situations. And I honestly lost my vape more times than I used it. So I was like, yeah, it's probably just not for me anymore.
Yeah. Nicotine's going to be a tough one for me. That's for sure.
1,000%.
When I go to decide, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this shit. Like, it's going to be hard to get past that hump of being physically addicted to it. That's for sure. But
you can.
Like alcohol, I've gone years without drinking alcohol. Like, I don't need it. I just enjoy it from time to time. And I don't drink very much of it. I don't get drunk anymore. That's for sure. I'll catch a little buzz, but if I'm out and about and I'm, you know, like somewhere else or whatever, and I'm not at home, like I definitely will not drink enough to really even catch a buzz. I just don't feel safe, if that makes sense.
I might drink enough to make me like really
fun,
sleepy. Like fall asleep in the car sleepy. That's about it.
Yeah.
Wait, beer glass? You've never had alcohol?
What?
No,
that's
never.
a good thing.
Not
really?
once.
That's good.
He forgot a word. He's never had alcohol poisoning.
Oh. I have.
Yeah. Wait, article, I believe you. You're definitely a prude.
I don't believe him. He's a long-haired hippie.
Yeah, he probably smokes the tweeds. I don't think if I was somebody running a company or whatever, I don't. And Tuna's got me saying or whatever now. God damn it. Because that's like his thing.
Count them.
Oh, I've counted him. I edit this shit. I know how many times he says it. Is
that my thing? Is that
it's a lot.
Now that you brought it up,
we did a sticker made that says or whatever.
I like hyperfixate. Sometimes when he's talking, I hyperfixate on the or whatever or whatever.
Or whatever.
It drives me nuts.
I've noticed it.
That's great, man. It's your thing. It's like your
ever
slogan.
since Ashley brought it up,
you should put it in your Twitter profile. It just says or whatever.
But with an ER?
Yes, just ER. Or whatever. Because it's a thing, man. Believe me. Watch this shit back and you will know.
So you know what that is?
Now I'm going to hyperfixate on not saying it.
That's his brain. That's like his brain lag. That's like it gives him
pause.
like that.
Yeah.
It gives him like that half a second to like think about what he's about to say before he says it. And
that's his
like
It's his
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
his his like. Yeah, that's your thing, man. It's cool.
I've been doing it for years.
I try to use pauses now. I think about it and try to use just a silence, like a pause. But I still fuck it up often.
Well,
say
when I was an instructor, when you're an instructor, you can't say like and
yes,
all of that stuff. And so, and you get dinged for that whenever you're doing an evaluation. So people find different ways. Now, yeah, they do pick up on stuff like that. But that was my way of getting around doing like, because I used to say like a lot.
Or whatever.
I've listened to people speak before and use those types of filler words so often that I can't even concentrate on what it is they're fucking delivering. It becomes so bad.
They trained it right out of me. So as a finance officer, especially in our junior, like as a CGO, we brief a lot. I mean, they throw us to the fire and we brief base commanders because that's our job is to advise, squadron and wing commanders on budgets and all that stuff. So I'm like, as like a second lieutenant briefing a 2-star general. I mean, so I had to get used to speaking without all of the fluff and stuff. So they like beat it out of you as a junior officer.
The way I've learned, and for me, I never went to a school per se to learn those types of things. A little bit. I went to the Senior Enlisted Academy, but what I learned was those guys have so low of interest or time, or you have to deliver what it is you're delivering very quickly and to the point. Otherwise you're going to lose them.
Yeah.
And then you're going to end up with a bunch of fucking questions and nobody likes questions. Jesus. So get to the point, deliver it quickly, and then move on to the next thing. And that's how I've learned it. And that's how I talk to officers a lot of times now. They're like goldfish, man.
That is my whole entire lifestyle. Like, being in the military, everybody beats around the bush and tries to. I'm like, time is money, motherfuckers.
Get to the point.
Get to the point, And since I've taken this job, and I'm now at a strategic level in my job, and we do these huge meetings, different units all around the fucking world are all on this one call, and it's a 30-minute fucking meeting.
Yeah.
30 minutes. At the unit level, you're lucky to be under an hour.
Oh, yeah, dude. I hate unit level meetings. Oh.
Yeah, and I'm just now that I see this, I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Nobody fucks around. You brief what you got to brief. If, the whoever's running the meeting, if they have a question, they'll ask a question, they fire back, or it's, hey, I'll get back with you. Move the fuck on. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
The ones I hate the most are the ones that go off in some unrelated fucking thing. And it becomes what we know as a side channel. Like,
yep, sidebar.
Hey, we're going to sidebar this. Like, they fucking go into delivering this sidebar when it should be a sidebar. It should be a different conversation at a different time, and then they start talking about it for a long period of time. I'm like, shut the fuck up, please.
If it
This meeting is becoming a podcast. Quick, stop.
Yes.
If it doesn't involve everybody in the room,
shut the fuck up.
You know, if everybody in the room is looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't need to be said in a fucking meeting.
Get the
wing level meetings is where wing level meetings is where I saw some of that squashed because the wing commanders don't have time for that shit.
No.
Like they
gotta
like when a wing
schedule.
commander has meetings with squadron commanders, it's literally every squadron commander on the base. And so and then, you know, they usually bring their DOs or their, you know, E7s or their chiefs or whoever. So it's like a +1. So they've got every squadron commander +1 on the base plus their staff. Imagine if you had too many like wing commanders are like, I don't have time for that shit. Like you get like 10 seconds and you're done.
That's literally my life too, because I advise a executive officer and a commanding officer who would also talk and advise, you know, our base commander. And for me, I'm at the same point now. I'm like, deliver what you got to deliver or move along. Like right now, like when I look in my calendar for what I have to do for the day, and I also have my executive officer and commanding officer calendar so I can keep them on time and on track. It's busy as fuck, man. They don't have time to fucking dilly-dally and shit and talk about dumb shit there's no point in this meeting that this is relatable and makes fucking sense. Like, send it in a fucking email later. You know? Yeah. I'll get to it later. And I kind of get the same way at times when I'm extremely busy, you know?
When I was in Japan, so like our readiness meetings, like deployment readiness stats or whatever, we got to brief all that stuff. And that's a wing level meeting. And our new commander came in, he went to the first two. And then after that, he sent the UDM and me. Like, he didn't even go to the meeting. Because he's like, I got other shit to do. Y'all got it. And y'all are going to, you know, I got to do the pre-brief with him, sit down with him, give him all of the pre-brief bullshit. And then he's going to go in there and he's going to be like, reading it, you know, off the fucking PowerPoint or whatever. And he's like, that's 2.5 hours out of my day where y'all know the information. Just take it. Because we sit down with him, do the report with him. Then once we get the report, then we go and do another briefing with him, and then he goes to the actual meeting. It's way too much time. And I was like, this is legit. Thank you.
Yeah, I give mine cliff notes. Basically, I'll go through a large brief of some sort or large message and say, here's the important pieces you need to know about, and here's what you need to talk to and not sound like a fucking moron. So here's the info. Here's all you need to know, and this is what they're gonna ask, just based off of knowing, like experience wise. So you don't have to worry about the 2.5 hours of reading through some bullshit. You get the cliff notes, and you can operate in that fashion.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, man. Keep it simple, stupid. Right?
We got to be politically correct. Keep it stupid simple.
Keep it stupid simple. Yes. Oh my god. I need to go get a refill really quick.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I gotta piss myself.
All right. You want to take like a couple minutes?
Yep. Sure.
All right. Ash, don't tell us we're all gay when we leave.
Again.
It'll be a new one this time.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if it's a lie,
that one was literally, that would have been trending on TikTok, and it was just perfect that y'all let me hear.
Tell freaking Tuna to make the TikTok and post it on there.